वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome all of you to the. Yep.
Hi, Swaraj. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the special series of Bharat Franchisee Show. This is our monsoon special edition, and we are back with same excitement to help you in your journey to become a successful entrepreneur. Franchisee India, over the last 27 years, have helped thousands of investors in selecting right franchising business for them. In this series of Bharat Franchisee Show, we showcase business opportunities of carefully selected brands actively seeking franchise in India. These brands have proven track record of profitability and sustainability and committed to provide intensive brand support. In our fourth episode of special edition of Bharat Franchisee Show today, we have highly profitable global brands. Now I invite Mr. Swaraj to introduce the brands to our audience. Over to you, Swaraj.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank all of you for taking out your time to join this Bharat Franchisee Show. So this is a show where we, as Franchisee India, and out of that, we, Fran Global, we invite our international brands to come and showcase their brands along with us. So I would be presenting 4 brands today. And to start off with, I have John, who is the CEO of Flipout. Flipout is one of the largest indoor activity theme parks. They have more than 70 parks, which is operational internationally, and they are currently working along with us for investment opportunities, looking out for investors in India. It is a wonderful concept. It is a concept in which the kids, the family, and the entire corporate world can go and entertain out there. These concepts are slowly picking up in the international market, and we are looking out for opportunities in all the major cities. So I would request John to take the platform and start presenting his brand. John, welcome to the show, and you can start the presentation.
Thank you, Swaraj. Thank you for the introduction, and it's a pleasure to be here to present our business to everyone on the call. And yes, you know, we're an international brand. Flipout has been operating since 2013. So we're very well established in the market, and we operate across multiple regions globally. And we're a family entertainment center brand, and we've become that over time. Originally, we were a trampoline park business, and that's adapted and evolved over time into a multi-facility, very adaptable family entertainment space. And we are, you know, we pride ourselves on having the best equipment and designs to really stand apart from the crowd. So I'm gonna start just by giving you a bit of a flavour of the look and the feel of Flip Out, and to show you some of the identity and brand, and give you a bit of a picture of what we're doing. This is a site that was recently opened in Denmark, in Scandinavia. It's around 2,000 square meters, and that would be a typical mid-tier site, which we've pitched for India, because we have different tiers for India depending on investment level, size of location, and different factors. So we would say it's a mid to high tier flagship store. And you can have anywhere between 8 and 10 different activities under one roof. So there's plenty to see. So I'll share that video with you now, and then I'll take you through the presentation afterwards. So just bear with me a second. Okay, we should be able to see that okay. So that was our, it wasn't actually the Denmark site, that video, it was a different one, but just gives you a bit of a flavour. That was a slightly bigger location in the UK. So that particular location had trampolines. So we still are doing trampolines as and where available. Let me just put this into a full screen. Sorry, apologies. It's not... So,
yeah, John, it's fine.
Yeah, as and where we can put trampolines in, we still do, because they're a very high kind of appeal. There's a lot of appeal for an attraction there, but you do need the height. And a lot of locations we've been going into recently don't have the height. And I'll come into this a little bit later, but you know, the property is super important, getting a good location, and establishing, you know, the relationships with landlords. It's something that we've done over time, and we help as a brand to do that, because obviously having over 70 locations globally, we've forged some pretty strong relationships in terms of negotiating the contracts and understanding the mechanisms and the financials to make the site as profitable as possible. In a lot of cases now, we're getting really good investments from the landlords. We've gone from kind of out of town kind of warehouse space through to retail parks, and now we're going into all the major shopping centres across Europe, for instance. So we're in the likes of Westfield and ECE and really kind of main brand locations, you know, sitting alongside all the major brands in the world. So we're really, in terms of what we're doing as a brand, up there in tier one space. So we've gone from just trampolines to now having an evolution, a mix of different activities. So we've have over 42 different activities now that we can pick from. Our most recent site had electric go-karting, we have laser maze, we've got climbing, indoor ice skating, play frames, inflatables. The list is endless. And what we do is we actually take the space and we look at the competition, and then we map out the best use of the space, the best activities, to make sure that we've got the wow factor, first of all, but also with an eye on the staffing levels, the experience, the age demographic, and those kind of things. So there's definitely a science in terms of laying a location out. So it starts with finding the site, and then it's the planning involved and the layout space to make sure that when people go in there, they have the best experience. This is, we're also very much a family entertainment center, and that means it's not just for kids. The parents can very much get involved. They can enjoy the leisure time with their kids. And this is a space that we see growing exponentially across Europe. We've now got 32 trading in the UK alone. We've got 5 more opening in Scandinavia and Germany in the next 12 months. And that's all been developed. The masters for Germany and Scandinavia only was signed last year. So when it starts to happen, it happens really quickly. And I think that's where we look at India as such an untapped market. It's such a huge opportunity. Yes, there are play centers, albeit a lot of them smaller. There are trampoline parks, but they're very much what we call a generation 1. So they're very basic. The quality of the equipment isn't to the standard that we supply. Obviously, the management, the operations, and the know-how is something that we can really bring to the party to make us stand out completely head and shoulders above the competition. But not only that, just the sheer level of competition, there isn't a lot in India compared to the population you've got there, which is huge. The growth is just the potential is huge. I mean, we can easily open 100 flip outs in India in the next 5 years with the right partners, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people to come on board the journey, and obviously full support from us and Fran Global to achieve that. And we're very excited about the opportunity in India. About the design and fit out and support. We take the site, we lay it out, we do all the technical drawings and help you plan the site out so we know exactly how it's going to work. And then off the back of that, we can form P&L, we can understand the staffing ratios, we can look at all the training, the marketing. We've got a wealth of different information on the marketing front. Obviously, all different times throughout the year, we have different pillars of marketing, operational, everything's online, there's training. We have a 14-week program to opening where we make sure that everything you need to open a center is completely ticked off, so there's no stone unturned. We really want to give you that support to make sure that, once you've opened one site, you want to open many more. And we see ourselves as an ongoing franchise partner to support you and make sure Flip Out's successful, because essentially you're flying the flag and continuing our success in the India region. So it's very important for us to get you started off on the right foot, and obviously this has been developed over a 10-year period. Health and safety is at the kind of top of our list, as well as obviously creating the experience, but we've got a very comprehensive health and safety suite of information to make sure that everything's covered, everything's as safe as possible, which obviously from a customer's point of view, if you've got kids and you want to bring your kids there, you want to know that it's clean, it's operated safely, that everything's done in the right way. And to that end, we have a comprehensive franchise operations manual, which incorporates a full A to Z of the entire operations of the centre. And obviously, that's something you have when you come on as a franchisee, and training is supported into that. So we have online systems for online booking, day-to-day management. We have an app called Jolt, where you can do all of your daily checks, for instance. It's all recorded online, so you can log in and you can check on what's going on in the store, even if you're not there. You can do all of your staff rotoring, so you understand who's on there, and off the back of that, obviously you can work out your budgets for the month based on how much staff you're going to be assigning to certain tasks throughout the day. This is a kind of summary for one of the stores in the UK. Believe it or not, this is a daily number, which is a huge amount. It's one of our larger locations. Memberships is a huge important part of the business now. It's something that we introduced about 18 months ago, but it gives you that ongoing revenue. It's repeat revenue, and they pay monthly, and they can come in as many times as they like. But what it does is it creates loyalty to the brand. It gives you that fixed revenue on the bottom line on a monthly basis, and it gives value to the customer, and it works really well. I mean, you know, in some stores, 15-20% of our revenue is coming through our memberships now, which is huge. This is customer experience information. So obviously they get a chance to review when they've been, and then they can rate on various different pillars, you know, what their experience was like in store. This is good feedback to help obviously make sure that your store is running to the best it can be. So yeah, that's a bit of an overall synopsis of the business. There's a lot more in-depth information we can go into in terms of financials and bill costs and just overall experience. I'm always available to answer any of your questions, as are Fran Global. If there's anything now that you want to discuss, more than happy to discuss that. We can always pick this up after the call as well. Today it was more of an introduction, just to, you know, tell you how excited we are about coming to India and how compelling we think the offer is for your market.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you for the short and crisp session which you have taken about your brand. Just to add on to what you have said, I'd like to emphasize on the point when you talked about safety, because that's what India needs today. We have trampoline parks, we have theme parks, we have many parks out here in India, but we know how there are different issues and accidents which are happening throughout the country, which is resulting to major losses to the investors who have currently invested maybe half the price and what the current brand is offering, but the suffering is huge because your properties are not operational. You are losing out on daily revenues. So the investment which we are looking out for, a possible investor who can invest between 6 crore, 250, 212 crore in the Indian market for a square feet area between 10,000 to 15,000 square feet. And it has to be a covered area. It has to be an area which is secured, safe, cleared off with all the fire and safety NOCs which needs to be taken. That is what the brand is talking about. That's what the brand is going to make a difference in the India market.
Yeah, I mean, it's our foundation, right? So obviously over the 10-year period, we've experienced many different issues. We've had to go through all different types of compliance. We've had challenges. We've overcome them. We've worked in very difficult regions in terms of health and safety. The UK is probably the most mature, advanced health and safety country there is. I mean, they're over the top on everything, right? And we've invested a lot in just the operations manual, the health and safety, all the way through. We've had professional company advise on it all, and it's been an ongoing thing. But you know, fire safety, health and safety, operations, making sure that you're not negligent as an owner operator, right? Where if there is an issue, touch wood, then you've done all the right things, you've got all the right processes in place, you've got the right insurances in place. We make sure that everything's covered off. So actually, if something does happen, it's not going to be on you as an owner because you've followed procedure and you've done things the right way. And actually, if you don't know the procedure, it's very difficult to come in as a new operator and understand all these things we've learned over the last 10 years. So it's belt and braces. And I think now coming in at this stage, I am 100% confident that we will be able to satisfy all of India's requirements for health and safety and fire regulations, because they are going to be, at the moment, less stringent than certainly the UK. And I'm doing stuff in Sweden and Denmark at the moment, and you know, it's hard. And we know how to do it now, but it's not easy. But we will support you through that. And it really is just having a list of all the things you need to do and having a box ticking exercise and having it all done in a in such a way that you don't miss anything. And we provide the platforms to be able to achieve that. Yeah.
Thank you, John, for the session. Now we'll move on to our next two
Thank you,
brands.
guys. Take care.
So
Bye-bye.
my colleague Kawai has joined in from Brazil. He will be presenting.
Swaraj, there is one question. Sorry, before that, what is
Yeah.
the kind of investment we are looking at here in
I
average?
said it is around 6 crore to 12 crore. And
Okay.
a square feet area
Depending
between
on the site.
10,000 to 15,000 square feet area. Covered area.
Okay. Thanks.
Or bigger. Yeah. I'll leave you guys. Have a good webinar. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good morning, Choir. So the platform is for you now. You can definitely introduce your brands and you can drive the session from here. I will finish it off last along with Giraffe after both your brands are presented.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation to be in this amazing digital franchise show. It's a pleasure to be with these international brands. From Brazil, I am Brazilian. I used to live in India until 1 month ago for 2 years. It's been a pleasure to be working in Mumbai, specifically on a big project. And then we are bringing these two amazing Brazilian brands. I will start here with Best Shape, and I will share the material with you all. But first of all, I wanna thank you all for being already late in India. It's still in the morning in Brazil, so you have adapted to make sure you get to know all of these international brands, and we are very grateful for that. I will also invite to be with me so you can hear the voice of the owners of this company. So with Best Shape, Sylvia is with me. Sylvia, if you want to say hello, and then I start presenting.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. Can you hear me all?
Yes, Sylvia, we can hear you.
Perfectly.
Okay, I was with some problems with my internet, so just to make sure.
Sure. Thank you.
Well, my name is Sylvia. I'm the head of the medical support here in Brazil of Best Shape, and Emagrecentro is the brand here in Brazil, the name of the brand in Brazil. So if Cauê is going to start the presentation, and then after, if you have any kind of questions and regarding technical subjects, it will be more than a pleasure to answer all of them.
Sounds perfect. Thank you, Sylvia. I may ask you a few questions when we talk about Dr. Edson, all about his bio. I think would be amazing for you to share. But I'm going there right now. Just a second, I'll share my screen. I was in mute. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, Kawai.
All right, perfect. So when we talk about Best Shape is the Brazil's largest chain of weight loss and aesthetic center. When you talk about these brands, you can see it's been launched over around 38 years ago. And that's why, besides the 400 units that we have in Brazil, in the US, in Spain, we also have 4 million customers already adapted with this methodology because of these 38 years. I'm going to talk a little bit about Brazil as a continental country, as you can see. Emagrecentro, which is the name of Best Shape in Brazilian language, is in all of the states. So you can see is the largest chain of weight loss and aesthetic center in Brazil and the US with more than 400 units. Award of the best franchisee in the world in the services segment in Italy. 5-star franchise according to the TV show, the biggest TV show in Brazil and magazine by Editora Globo. And it's founded by, on the next page, to talk a little bit about him. And he's a member of the Brazilian Nutrology, Aesthetic Medicine, and Plastic Surgery Association. And these 4 phases weight loss methodology, we have these rights in India. So talking a little bit about the franchising model, 13 times already, 13 awards already in the Association of Franchising, so 9.4, in economic performance at 9.2. And look what makes every Brazilian in love with this brand. When they were asked if you were consider open a new business, given your experience as Best Shapes franchisee and your relationship with the franchisor, would you open your unit once again? 98.3% of people said yes. Question is the recommend question. How amazing is about financials? Did you get the return on the investment in the expected time frame? 100% said yes. So we're talking about a very serious and diligent and a very, how can I say, serious methodology in health, but also in finance here. Sylvia, would you be able just to share a little bit about Edson Ramuth, the founder, bio before I talk about India and some datas?
Yeah, sure. So as Cauê mentioned, Emagrecentro began 38 years ago. And the founder was my dad, so it's a family business. And he started the business after doing the medical science here in Brazil, and after doing the specialization in surgery and plastic surgery. And then with that, he was able to begin the business. So now after 38 years, I'm in the business, and all of my other 2 sisters as well are in the business. And now we are the biggest and the largest chain of weight loss and aesthetic center in Brazil. So as Cauê mentioned, now we already have 400 units in Brazil, but we also have 2 units in the United States, 1 in Spain, 1 in Paraguay. And now we are showing to you the business because we believe in the market. We know about the epidemic of obesity around the world and also in India.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sylvia. So I'll move on to a little bit of worldwide data. Why this franchise model is so successful in Brazil? Because Brazil is the 4th country with more obesity population percentage population in the world. Brazil is the 4th. But guess what? You can see already, India is the 3rd. So we can see adaptation when we talk about US, China, India, Brazil. It's easy to see an adaptation when we want to talk about health. And the risk age is 28 to 38. This is the mass risk of people really get to the obesity. And I'll show you. The average person goes from healthy at 26 years old to obese at 38. So this is the trend. over 50% of the urban population in India is already obese or overweight. Based on the health risk, one out of 7 women and 1 out of 5 men. You can see the age 37 years old for men, 32 years. It's too young for women. So both are too young. I think this is a disease that we can treat, and we can get the self-esteem back. That's something that I learn a lot with this chain. People go there, and after a few weeks, they are happy again. They have self-esteem, and you have a good business in your hand. When you talk about the market cage on 7 years, it will double from $3 billion US dollar to 6.5 billion to 2030. So this is the market in India only. And we can see all of the trend with all of the pharmaceuticals, all of the big companies going with this, with the medicines and etc. So we have a treatment, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about this 4-phase method. First of all, we guarantee satisfaction. We are talking about 4 million customers. Guarantee 10% of your weight loss in 5-week program. Sylvia mentioned about the science behind. There is an article published in the Healthcare which proves the methodology in this 4-phase. So it is registered, it is proven, it is published. Also in the unit, and I'm going to show you a little bit on the pages below, in the unit, you can also add value by selling supplements. And all of the supplements that we have in Brazil, we have already in India. So it's just about packaging. Easy to plug and play. There is a lot of treatments, aesthetics treatments with the weight loss program, which could be super pump, ultra tonus, cellular power, infrared, radio frequency, lipocavitation. So there is endless. I mean, we're talking about around 10 equipments, different equipments that will make all of this magic with the right professionals. We are talking about one subscription of 5 weeks. So the customer will pay one subscription for 5 weeks. And usually the average do a second round of 5 weeks. So we are talking also about the retention. Every week we do a ketone urine test just to make sure the patient is following the right dietary that is necessary, which pretty much is a low carb, if I'm not mistaken, right, Sylvia? Yes. So let's talk about some support that we have, and then we go through some numbers. Support that we have Dr. Sylvia here, and also Dr. Edson. They have a WhatsApp 24/7 available for all of the owners, all of the franchisees that can ask any questions anytime. They work with different time zones to have the support we need. Here is a little bit of a before and after, so you can see. All right. That's why when I talk about self-esteem, and this is the franchise opportunities. When we divided India in our analysis, we divided India in tier 1 and 2 cities. So we divided India in 10 regions. 10 regions, each region will be able to have 10 units. So we are talking about 100 units in 5-10 years. And now I'm going to numbers, but before numbers, I just want to say, if you get the right to be an area developer, area master model for this region, you need to have one unit because you have the role model, and then you can sub-franchise 9. This is an excellent business. And I'm going to show you, if you look to the left side here, the area master model, you can have 1 unit. You're going to invest 48 lakhs with training, with hiring people, with 6-month deposit for your rent. Everything is calculated for you to start your business with 48 lakhs. And then you pay the license of 50 lakhs. So the total is 98 lakhs for area developer. The good part, the other good part here is 50% of royalty share you're going to have of your 9. And the franchise fee share, which is 10 lakhs, you're going to have 60% of that as well. The payback is in 2 years. Can you imagine investing almost 100 lakhs? And only in 2 years you have the payback. So this is the area master model. Please send your questions.
So, Kawai, just a quick idea. What is this other than the 10 lakh franchisee fees? What is the other 45 lakhs which the investment we are talking about? Just a quick ballpark breakup if you can give.
Yes.
Then, the investors will be having an idea. Just a ballpark breakup.
Yes. A quick breakup on my mind to not open another file is you have 5 lakhs of training inside that. So some things that sometimes you don't see. So the training is there, 5 lakhs of training. You have marketing, you have CCTV, you have
the rental of the area which they are going to take, the monthly rental,
the
operation
rental
expenses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we put the expense of a 6-month deposit for the rental also in there, in this calculation. Around 10 equipments that the franchisee need to invest to have the equipments to be able to be trained by us, and all of that, all of the setup. We need around 10 beds for these clinics, because if you have at least 3 different rooms with 10 beds, you have the right rotation with your customers, so you can earn more. So it's around that. So if you can see, of course, my pleasure. If you can see on the unit franchise model, it's exactly that. Instead of 48, it could be a concept store or clinic. It's 45 plus 10. 10 is the franchise fee, and 45 will be all of these investments. The royalty to be paid is 10%, and the payback is less than 2 years.
Thank you, Kwaya. I think it was quite informative.
I just want to open to... Yes, please.
Yeah, it
Go
was
ahead,
quite
Swaraj.
informative. So what we can do is that I'll quickly introduce all of you to Shushma, who is our business head for beauty and wellness based out from our corporate office. So all of you, Shushma, you can share your email ID and a mobile number in the group. So if anyone is interested for Best Shape, they can directly get in touch with you, and you can set up a one-on-one meeting along with Kawa and Sylvia out there. So
Sure.
I will request Kwaya to move to the next brand because we have very short time. So
Yes.
Kwaya, you can
Sorry
start
about
with the
that.
next brand. Yeah.
All right, I will start right now. I will invite Felipe to be with me, please, Felipe, and I will
Felipe.
share my screen right now.
Yes.
Just a second, I'm sharing my screen. Felipe, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, he's there.
All right.
Good evening, everyone.
Both of the brands were with me in the franchisee show in Delhi. It was amazing. So Felipe was there. And please, Felipe, if you want to start talking about the vision and purpose of the company, would be a pleasure to introduce. And then I can go with the material. And Swaraj, I promise it will be faster. Now I adjusted my speech here.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, everyone, for this
Go
opportunity.
ahead, Felipe, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Felipe. I'm the CEO of Mr. Wiz. I'm with Kawe, taking Mr. Wiz to India. And me with my dad, we founded what you have now, which is Mr. Wiz. It's a school about that teaches English, but also has some pillars of entrepreneurship, emotional intelligence, leadership, and we believe that now it's the big difference that most English school doesn't teach, and also we are all about innovation. So we will show you, we have a talking pen that it's a 24 hours teacher for those students that enroll at your school. We've been a little bit less than 2 years here in Brazil. We have more than 180 franchises here around Brazil. We also go into Paraguay, Colombia, and now India. So that's a really quick sum of Mr. Wiz. If at the end, if any of you has any questions, I'll gladly answer the easy ones, and Kawe will answer the difficult ones.
Thank you so much, Felipe. Thank you so much. Well, it's been a pleasure to represent all of these two Brazilian brands, because we are talking about, first of all, great leadership, and also the second generation of the families, and also great founders. So Carlos Wizard has sold his business for around in US dollar would be $500 million in 2013, because he used to have the biggest education and English group in Brazil, and he was sold for the Pearson Group from the UK. So the legacy is there, and after these 10 years, he could open again English school, and that's why you can see 2022, in less than 2 years, they have already this is not updated, over 100 franchises. Felipe just mentioned the number of 180 units already sold and reserved on all of the country of Brazil. So as Felipe mentioned, they focus on the entrepreneurship, emotional intelligence, English. They have a very innovative book with a talking pen. When you see this talking pen, the students, I mean, in Delhi show, people were in love of that, and the student can really read the book. When you pass when you have the contact with the pen in the book, you can read what is there. So you can self-study as well, but you go to the center twice a week, and then you do in a group, and you repeat 100 because of the methodology that they have. You can have a little bit of the look and feel of the center. The reception is always great, because in the reception is where you are retaining the student, welcoming the adults, the fathers, the responsible of the kids. Also, you can have school classes for business, for adults. So there is 3 different types of class. Each one focus on the right age, as you can see. The business one on the left side, and you can see a more standard group for teenagers on the right side.
And what is the investment going to be, Kawe?
Talk about the investment. I'm gonna share you right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go to the good part.
Yeah, the good part, and then we can come to the distribution in the country, and what is the investment amount which you're looking out for, because
Perfect.
that will be an important aspect.
Yes, sure. We're talking about two models again. One model is the area master, area developer model that you can have before. The plan is 1,000 schools in 10 years. So we are talking about tier 1, 2, and 3 cities. When you talk about one school, 7 lakhs, only 7 lakhs is your setup. Only 7 lakhs. And the franchise fee is 4 lakhs. So with 11 lakhs, you can set up your own school and start your unit, start your business. And if you want to think big, if you want to have the responsibility and maximize your profits of your area master model, you can invest 40 lakhs plus 7. So 47 lakhs, you can set up your school and of course have all the rights to sub-franchise 24 other schools. We are talking about 15 times return on investment in 10 years. We are talking about an area developer model of a break-even in 20 months. So 47 lakhs, in less than 2 years, you have your break-even. If you go to only the unit, franchise unit, it's less than 20 months. So this is a little bit about the numbers. The tuition fee, just for you to have an idea, the student will pay around $25, which is 2,000 Indian rupees. The one-time registration is another source of revenue for you, is $5, 400 rupees. And then you have the kit, the book, the pen, which is around 3,300 rupees. In the second year, it's slightly cheaper because they have bought already the pen. So the student has the pen. So all of this is source of revenue for you. And we roll out India. India has over 1.5 million schools, which the great majority is government schools. So we can source all of these school centers nearby these schools because we have already the students. We are talking a great opportunity here. And if you can see, this is a little bit about the rollout plan. We have 40 different areas, 25 schools each, total 1,000 schools in 10 years. You can see a little bit the states, and I am super available with Swaraj, with his team that are working with us, with from Global here, to talk anything about this brand. If you have the mindset of coaching, languaging, training centers, if you are associated with education and training, you are the right person. If you are retired and want to retire the teacher, professor, and if you want to devote time, you have the right business on your hands. That's it. Thank you so much, Swaraj.
Thank you, Kaya. Thank you for
we are super available.
Presenting your brand and presenting it and finishing it off the right time. So I just have another 10 minutes where I will be switching on to another UK brand which you would like to present. So I am presenting Giraffe, which is one of the best international restaurants, casual dining concept, which is currently onboarded by us. It's a UK-based brand. It's a brand which has been there for the last 30 years in UK, and it is already there in the Indian market. So the brand has already started operations in Bangalore airport. It is opening up in Hyderabad, and it's also opening up in Delhi NCR. So the best thing about Giraffe is that all of you have to understand that this is a brand which is into international cuisines, and the focus is on British, Mexican, and Venetian cuisine. Now, Giraffe, the name itself suggests that this is a brand which is actually a family-oriented restaurant. It is a brand which is very close to the heart. That's the reason the name Giraffe comes in, because Giraffe as a brand, Giraffe as an animal has the biggest heart amongst all the animals. That's where the name has come in. The area where Giraffe is looking out for expansion is high streets, malls, and airports. It is a casual dining format along with alcohol beverages, which can be served along with the food and beverages, matching the wine and the food along with it. The most important thing is the presentation about the food. When we talk about Giraffe as an international brand, the main USPs of the food is that it talks about big flavors. It talks about the restaurant look and feel is very positive, and the main USP is that they need people to be happy who are coming and visiting these restaurants wherever it is open or wherever it is located. So it was founded in 1998 and it's been operational for the last 24-25 years. Again, as I told you before, the main focus is Asian, Mexican, and British cuisine, which is still the same as today. But they are open for opportunities. They're open for modifications as per the city or as per the locations they're opening. They are already operational in some cities and they are doing wonders. They're doing great numbers out there. If any one of you are interested for the brand, you can be in touch with us, and we can also get your visit organized to the current units which are operational in the city. If any one of you is based out of Bangalore, you can see it in the Bangalore terminal, international and domestic terminal, which is there. If we are traveling through Hyderabad, it's coming up in Hyderabad in the next 1 month. And definitely in Noida, it will be there at the Jawahar Airport, which is currently being planned out there. So the most important focus of this brand is to keep their focus on customer service. They have one of the best ratings as far as food and service is concerned. Also, this brand is quite focused on the presentation, which we call the way the food is presented, which gives it a very different and unique look and feel. So this picture itself depicts the way the foods are presented, and it is very eye-catchy, it is very colorful, it gives you the appeal of having the food when you are there. Their online orders are there. The way they are looking out for optimizing this brand is basically not only in the casual dining concept, but they also have smaller concepts, which is mostly a QSR format. But in that QSR format, then definitely the bar or the hard drinks part is not a part of it. Just to give all of you an update about what all the items or the menus are served in Giraffe. So there's our breakfast, starters, main course, burgers, and also there is a separate kids menu along with desserts. This is how the food menu looks like. It's very genuine, very appealing. It is very different from the way the presentation, the look and feel is definitely their main USP. You can always be in touch with us to understand more about the brands. We have the menu in place. We have a very characteristic and distinct setup for each and every restaurant which they are planning to open out in different parts of the country. And last but not the least, I will directly come to the commercials. So if you see the commercials for this property for a single unit, the area required will be between 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. For a single unit operations, it will work out to something around 1 crore 80 lakhs. But yes, if you are going in for an area deal, then in an area deal, they would be looking out for an opportunity of opening up 7 units. 1 you have to open of your own, and 6 you can sub-franchise it. And if you are looking out for a master deal, then the total franchisee fees will come to around 2 crore rupees, and investment in one own unit along with liquor services will be coming to 1 crore 75 lakh rupees. The royalty to the brand will be 3%, and your break-even will be in 22 months. The contract period is for 10 years. So this is the picture of the grab and go concept, which is the QSR format which Giraffe has of its own. So if anybody is taking the area rights and master rights, they have an opportunity to open both the formats. But if you're looking out for a single unit, the brand would prefer that you open up the CDR format, which is the 1 crore 75 lakh rupees budget, which you should have in hand, because definitely the liquor cost, the beverage hard drinks and beverage services will be there, which will need a liquor license, which costs to between 30 to 35 lakh rupees. So this is all about the brand, and you can definitely we have shared our details and our contact numbers in the chat, so you can be in touch with us. We will also be available along with our hotline numbers and our email IDs, which we are sharing with you in the chat. And if you have any questions, we have another 4-5 minutes to go. You can ask us. My team is out here along with me to answer your questions. Will be anything, Sandeep, you would like to add off? Any questions you would like to be taken, which is there in the Q&A box?
So thank you, Swaraj, for presenting all the brands and introducing those business opportunities to our audiences. I'm sure our audiences have taken back home some good learning and some good business opportunities for them. I have already given the WhatsApp chat link with whom you can connect. You can be connected with our community. We have
Sure.
also Swaraj's number and email ID presented in the chat box. We
Correct.
also have Mr. Ashish Bora,
Yes.
with whom you can be connected to know more about each brand. We can also have a joint call with the respective brands for getting more in-depth knowledge. Thank you all panelists, thank you all our audiences for being there for this business opportunity. With that, Swaraj, if you have anything to add, you can.
No,
Otherwise,
thank you, Sandeep. Thank you for the time. Thank you, everyone, for being with us for an hour and trying to understand our brand. We will be in touch, and we have shared our details. So we would like you to be in touch along with us, and we hope to be getting some good leads from this call which you have done, and would like to connect with you and start the opportunities ASP in your cities. Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you,
so
Ashish,
much.
for joining. Thank you, Kaveh.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
we'll
Good
again
night.
come back tomorrow
Thank
with
you so
more business
much. Bye
opportunities
bye.
at the same time. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.